A poll that just got published in the United States showed that among the general population, support for gay marriage has been starting to decline in the last year.
It's Smug journalist Douglas Murray making complete assumptions about data. And of course, if you assume something, you make an ass out of you and me.
Why is that? It's because the arguments that actually brought about liberal rights for all minorities in the last few decades have started to get turned on their head and turned against people. What is the source of that? It is the gender ideology movement.
How has he arrived at this conclusion? Here's another possible reason. How about when people are poorer, when people are worried about their futures, they are less concerned about social cohesion and more likely to be less tolerant, even lashing out aggressively, projecting their negative emotions onto others.
What is the tripwire for the general public? It is children. It is people learning that their children are being taught nonsensical things.
Now, it's very interesting that Douglas almost gives the game away here. Yes, children are a tripwire, but it could just as easily be argued that right-wingers used these woke examples involving children to whip up hysteria, making random incidents seem more important than they really are. Listen to Murray's Oscar-winning performance, played with faux compassion and concern.
It is being seen by the wider public, most of whom are heterosexual and don't need to identify as cis or anything else. It is being seen from that vantage point as the LGBTQIA plus movement losing control of itself. And so a backlash is starting. And the backlash is coming because people are lying to children and are using children for medical experiments. There's nothing funny about that. There's nothing that should cause levity in that. It should be treated by adults seriously.
OK, no, Ava?
So, Douglas, it's really important, actually, all of that point that you've just brought up. It's very on brand for you.
Anyway, here's Ava Santina getting into a ding-dong as she calls Murray out.
Because, you know, you like to stoke fear. You've actually made a career out of it. I'll take you back to your book, The Strange Death of Europe, and you made a big fright. You know, you frightened the entire public about your thoughts on Europe, and we ended up in Brexit. You weren't the sole contributor to that, but you were a big voice.
Can we stick on to the
Ava, I will. And then, you know, now we're talking about LGBTQ,
if I may say so
and you're
very
creating...
quickly,
Hang on, you spoke. I'm speaking.
No,
I'm speaking.
I'll
you spoke.
reply.
This is, I mean...
I'll reply.
Hello. I haven't
let
finished.
Ava speak, please, Douglas.
Now, back on the trans issue, when you're talking about LGBTQ, what you've just done there is basically say that the whole of America, who have historically had a problem with gay marriage, are now turning on it because a couple of children in a classroom in Sussex want to be a cat. If you can't see the ridiculousness in that argument, I can't help you.
Click here for Murray's pathetic attack on professors.